All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I can tell you summertime is leaving because we have our first rodent damage vehicle of the year. And I'm going to tell you, this 2016 Sonata, it's got to be the worst one I've ever seen. Let's jump into it. All right, so 2016 Hyundai Sonata. This gentleman called the other day, and he showed me some pictures of it. So I have two connectors with me. One is for, let me wipe some of this rodent crap up, though. And I'm telling you right now, if I could make this video scratch and sniff, you guys would understand. This thing stinks horribly. It's really bad. But we're not going to use those. Let me show you the damage. All right, overall scope. Check this thing out. We've got two wires destroyed here. We've got this coil, high pressure pump. Look at all of this in here, though. My gosh. It's everywhere in here. They chewed up everything. And this one was a rat because he found the rat down in the belly pan of it. And one day he said the belt was just laying down there. So I have a feeling that Mr. Rat got stuck in this when he tried to start it and it hit him. Just a theory. But regardless, it's got a lot of damage. So what our goal here is, we have two connectors. Like I said, we have a coil and for the high pressure pump, we're going to get those fixed. We've got proper connectors. We've got glue heat shrink and we've got fabric tape. We'll go ahead and clean all that up along with liquid electrical tape on some of the other bare wires that aren't actually chewed through. So we're going to get all this cleaned up from what I can see. Then we'll get this thing started and see what kind of codes are in it, clear the codes for the things we repaired, and see if anything else comes back. So let's get situated. All right, first one, let's get down to this one. See what we got here. What did he need?
He's got his 2010 Suburban that was sitting for 3 months.
Yep.
He has his son driving it now, but the reservoir didn't seem to have much fluid in it.
Reservoir for what? For the coolant? Okay.
And when he filled it up and he drove it, it dissipated, like there was no more in it. Then when he shuts the car off, it comes, a little bit comes back. So he's like, can it evaporate? I said, I don't know. I'll have to ask my husband. He's going to send a couple of pictures on what he's talking about, and then I told him to give him a call back.
Okay.
And then he thought it was super cool that I was answering the phone.
Yeah. He lives in the neighborhood.
Yeah, his son goes to Denali.
Yeah,
he's the one driving the Bourbon.
Yeah, but he's the one we recently, one of our last cylinder head jobs that we did at the house. I need to get some new ones of these because I don't have the tiny ones anymore. These connectors are slightly too big. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here. I will need a scanner.
Okay.
You want to go and grab that.
You prefer one over the other?
Not particularly at this point. Just Autofix or King Bolin or something is fine. Okay. Actually, King Bolin is good. You need to start using that a little more. Man, look at all these mosquitoes. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a ton of mosquitoes here. Grab the off spray too. I don't know why we're not spraying ourselves with that right now with all these damn mosquitoes here. And this one we're just covering. There's that. Now let's try to mess with this one. Yeah, get off. All right, so that's how that goes. I'm not going to button any of that up yet until we start the vehicle, and then I'll come back and close it just to make sure that all my connections are good. Okay, so the only code we have in here is P0078, which is exhaust valve control circuit bank 1. That's the only code that's coming up in the system. That might still mean that there's something screwed up out there because the battery was dead, so the old codes probably were cleared. But we're going to go ahead and clear those codes real quick. So if you guys don't know, this is the King Bowling K7. If you're interested in it, it's in my description down below, in my Amazon store and in my TikTok shop. King Bowling recently reached out to me and let me know that back in August, they started offering free lifetime updates. It used to be, I think it was like 100 and something bucks to update for every year on this thing, but now it's full lifetime free updates. So something good to know if you're interested in it. All right, let's get this thing started up. Now that runs like a bag of ass, but it's starting to clear up a little. All right, so we still have exhaust valve control circuit bank open, so we need to go look at that. All right, we just came up with a cylinder 2 misfire, which is the one that we repaired. All right, so it's definitely not the coil. Could be spark plug, but we're going to check and see if there's a... Oh, man, I screwed up the wiring. I think I messed up on the wire. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. Okay, it is the third one over. God damn. Fucking. What? I have no idea. No, 2016. Okay, I thought I messed up on the wiring, but I did not. Wait a minute. What did I do? Seriously, what the fuck did I do? Black goes on the end. I did mess up the wiring. Gosh darn it. Fudgers. I did. I put the green one on the end, so I'm stupid. I put the green one on the end, and the green was supposed to be on the second one. Son of a monkey's uncle. Stupid, Ben. Dang it, man. Can't believe I did that. I even thought I was being exceptionally careful on that, and I was not. Whew. Alright, so that should stop our misfire. That is right there why I didn't wrap up all the wires to begin with, because you never know. You can always mess up. Okay. That runs really good now. That we... Oh, I gotta shut it off before I can clear the codes. Alright, runs really smooth now, so one crisis averted. But, alright, I gotta shut it off so I can clear the code. Okay, vehicle runs good. Everything is stable now. Or stable. The vehicle runs stable. There's no more codes. We have a little bit of a bare wire here that I'm covering with some black tape, liquid electrical tape. Like I said, all of these heat shrinks have glue in them, but something that I like to do, that if you guys have watched me last year and the years before, you might know, but I like to coat the ends anyway, just for some added protection, especially when I have to put 700 heat shrinks on it because I don't know how to do the wiring because I'm dumb. As much layers of protection that I can put on this for being under the hood is what I like to do. All right, so here you go. That's one connection cleaned up. Here's our other one, and here's our coil. Everything's, like I said, heat shrink, got glue, liquid electrical tape, and then the cover on it. I know some of you in the past, last year, you kept saying like I should get some of that rodent tape. The problem with the rodent tape is it only protects what the rodents have gotten to. It doesn't protect anything else. So when they chew on that, they want to disappear. But if they don't chew on it, they're not going to disappear. So I tend to not use it because it's expensive, or not super expensive. It's cheap in relative what it does, but it's just not something I hold on to because of that reason. And I've used it in the past, and like I said, the rodents still get the stuff. But anyway, that's done. Vehicle runs good. No further codes at this time. Check engine light's not on. I'll go show that to you guys. Okay, well, unfortunately, we have a battery charger on the battery because it's so freaking dead. My jump box is so far dead, I couldn't get it restarted. But take my word for it, the car runs beautiful, and there's no further codes in it. So anyway, if that's a lesson for us on what our winter is going to look like, which I'm getting excited for it because the weather is turning out pretty nice. Later on next week, I think our mornings are going to be somewhere around 66, which I can't wait. I'm tired of the heat. The only thing I have to say on that is that that's a different area of our business. We, like I said, we try to be as specialized as we can in air conditioning, and We get cold here, and we don't do air conditioning when it's cold, really. So anyway, I hope that kind of gives us a little bit of an insight onto what our winter is going to look like with a lot of wiring repairs and diagnostic work, because let's face it, we need to have that kind of work in the wintertime. But anyway, we're done. We're out of here. We're heading on to the next one. So if you like what we're doing, don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you on the next job.